Yes. The biggest constraints we've been seeing after we've been looking at the numbers is gas constraints. Gencos can't enough gas is not supplied to the Gencos. So,
because the Gencos, and I'm sure you've seen that in the news. The Genco says, hold on a second, yes. NBET is owing us about ₦1 trillion.
Yes.
So we don't have money.
Yes.
And we can't pay for gas.
Yes.
And the gas companies are commercial entities. They're not going to give you gas free. They give you on credit. Everybody's owing everybody. Yes. Why are we all debtors?
It's a vicious cycle. The discos are in Gencos. It's a vicious cycle, man. It's a problem.
It's a serious vicious cycle.
Yes.
And I keep thinking, how do we break this? I just don't have an idea, because even the government is owing. Even the government that is a shareholder or part shareholder in the discos, the power distribution companies, owes the same companies, yes. of which is an equity shareholder, from which it collects some revenue at the end of the year, and still owe the same company.
Yes, that is why this point is a very welcome development. If discos can improve their revenue collection, that would attract much needed investment into the sector and hopefully ease some of these debt obligations that these different segments of the value chain.
You don't tell me it all boils down to you and I at the end or at the bottom of the pyramid.
It really does.
So we're the one who's going to bail out the sector.
That's what it means. Yes.
That's what it means.
If you pay.
I'm not too sure that's very good news. And not a lot of folks will like what you're saying this morning here when it comes to this. We don't want the common man to be the one to bail out even the government. Okay, but let's look at this page. And this is very interesting. The Central Party hourly average, and this, well, not really looking too bad, but not really so straight if you look at the that table down there, what you call the bar chart, isn't it?
Yes.
Yes, I remember those.
If you look at the chart, it's below 4,000 megawatts per hour.
Yes, that's at the far right of the page.
First time in 6-7 days. So the reason yet is still unknown. I think maybe a grid tripped or something. That's usually the case. So, but I think in the next.
For the water level for the hydro.
Yes,
yeah, water constraint could be an issue here because the dry season.
It has been really hot in the past few days, so maybe that's maybe a very good reason, yes.
Looking at that, that stacks up there. So, guys, that's the last 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, just about 8 days, hourly average of the power sent out. That's not very good news, as it were. But let's move on, and I think this will be a major concern for industries, and manufacturers, and everyone here. In the country. But again, let's put something on our table. Do you eat coconut?
I'm not a fan, if I'm being honest. I'm not a fan of coconut.
Okay,
coconut rice, coconuts, no, that's not for me.
Really?
Not for me, no.
Coconut rice tastes really nice. And that's an advertorial. I can't wait to be charged for that. Coconut rice is sweet because, yes. But you're missing something on the natural end there. The water from inside it. What happens if you go to the Bahamas and you're sitting under a coconut tree?
It's not for me. It's not for me then.
I'm going to miss a very nice delicacy millions of Nigerians enjoy. That's coconut around the world. Yeah, there's a coconut oil, I remember. So talk to us about this coconut. I love this.
Oh, coconut, it has multiple uses, multiple byproducts. It can be used coconut oil, coconut juices, coconuts, and the fiber from there's a technical term used to describe the fiber. The fiber from the husk can be used to make rugs, brooms, sacks.
Yeah, I've seen that.
And they're also used for anti-erosion. If you look at Badagry in the beach, coconuts are...
So you can pack, okay, you can use the trees and...
Yeah, thatch roofs, used for beach houses, multiple uses. So there's a lot of
if coconut is not for your eating and you're going to sit down at the bar beach in Badagry, you'll be sitting under a coconut made
that's true.
hot. You're not going to escape coconut anyway. Either way you go, Adin, coconut will find you. So the global output has been down a little bit. Do you think Nigeria is a major producer when it comes to coconut here?
Nigeria is number 18 in the world. We produce about 250,000 tons, which is mediocre.
Which is seriously
if we're being realistic, yes. And that can be significantly improved.
Who are the major producers? Indonesia?
Indonesia, Philippines, India, and also Caribbean states, mostly because it's grown mostly in the coastal areas. In Nigeria, it's grown mostly in Lagos, Ogun State, Calabar, Akwa Ibom River, those states like that. But it's also grown in the north, Kano, we have a comparative advantage. It's growing in almost every state.
Part of Nigeria.
Yes, so that is why we can easily boost our production to about 1 million tons.
Oh, that's the estimate you folks think we should?
Yes, we produce about 250,000 tons, but we can easily boost it to 1 million tons.
If you look at the derivatives of coconut, and that's where the value chain comes in, this coconut industrialization. If you can use coconut for personal care, for cosmetics, and things like that, we might just find something there for our healthcare industry domestically. But the raw materials is here.
That's true. I think a lot of investment needs to be put in this sector. For example, I think we need to start utilizing hybrid seeds. For example, if we use hybrid coconut trees, that can produce about 250 coconuts a year. Hybrid coconut trees, their fruiting strength lasts about 30 years. So about 250 trees for the next 30 years. It can rake in a lot of money. And if you look at the global dynamics in the market, there's a supply deficit.
If I plant a coconut tree today, most likely it will be alive in 30 years' time to eat the fruit. That's what it means.
No, it will start fruiting in about 5 years.
5 years?
Yes.
So I still live long to eat the fruit of my coconut.
It can last for the next 30 years. You can start, that coconut tree can start producing, can keep on continuing producing for the next 30 years.
So I can have a coconut farm?
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. The government has made a lot of progress in actually providing coconut estates we're saying in Ogun, estates like Ekiti, where the government is making progress to invest in trees, invest in land for farmers to be able to plant coconut trees and form these estates, which can rake in as much as 1,000. For now, the coconut is selling for about 1,500 per metric ton.
I love that. So instead of banana estate, this is going to be coconut estate where coconuts are planted and not high-rise, several floors, multi-million-dollar buildings. Yes. Oh, let's have more of coconut estate than banana estate. Thank you. Do have a great day ahead of you. From Financial Derivatives, Adimo Kwesa, whatever estate, whether you are doing banana or coconut, do have something productive. That's talking about the agri sector here in the Federal Republic of Nigeria. We have a problem with our refineries. Is that news? No, it's not. Let's come back after the break.